Greetings, Mech Warriors, and welcome to This Week in Comp for the week of October 28th, 2024. First and foremost, I want to make a correction on last week's This Week in Comp. Yeah, that's the right order of words. In the last episode, I incorrectly stated that Vigilance beat the Darksea Corsairs 3-2, completely overlooking that the winner's bracket final, as well as the elimination bracket final and the grand final coming up, are best of 7 and not best of 5. Let it be known, if you are getting your only comp info from this show, and thank you for your faith, that there were in fact 6 out of a possible 7 games played, and Vigilance bested the Corsairs 4-2. With that being said, last weekend, while I was busy being incorrect, the semifinals of CS24 elimination bracket were played, and we saw yet another team, well, eliminated, leaving us with our top 3. Let's take a look at some of the action. All right, everybody, this week's highlights are exclusively on Frozen because, oh my god, what a match. We're going to start here with, well, I'm just going to leave it to the casters, but this is certainly one of the plays of this match.
So nothing weird. I'm going to check the bull shark.
So here's something. Look at the bull shark build. I'm not sure if this was intentional. His streaks register as no ammunition for villain on Revenant's side.
They do? I can't see that, but I guess you can.
I'm looking in the cockpit for villain right now.
Oh no.
His streaks are registering as zero ammunition.
Did he forget ammo? Okay, Mantra going heavy on the capo side. Or mech.
Surely he's running the streaks for like a damage reduction or something? I don't think the bull shark gets a damage reduction.
No, and you would run like SRMs.
Well, it might. No, because you wouldn't run 5 streak 4s just for damage reduction.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's
so
no way
it's
you would just run
yeah.
term 2s.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mantra is gonna see that villain has those streaks and they're gonna play around it, but he's never gonna fire them. That's really
10,000 IQ move.
All right, next up, we're going to take a look at a moment later in this match. We see Mantra with this Epsilon trap with the Battlemaster all the way out here in, I guess, what would be this glacier path. I'm not really sure what that map feature is, but either way, their point is to deny Epsilon. It is a trap, right? A little bit of a bait, but here we've got a Hellfire Tremulous poking with that. We've got a Stone Rhino holding that angle. So instead of using it as a trap, they've moved to the other side of that ice feature just to keep those lines open, which is great, but it doesn't really encourage Revenant to actually move forward. That Void and the Stone Rhino are just holding them back. And here we see the Revenants really just starting to move towards it. They're going to, I guess, spring this trap, but they're going to try to do something interesting with it. So here we see the Light Pack moving between the Stone Rhino, and Tremulous in that Void is starting to run out into the open on his own. Now he's got the Battlemaster for cover, but here we see the Revenants just turn and lay into Tremulous. Meanwhile, our Battlemaster is still firing on there. We've got the Overwatch, but Tremulous is stuck behind enemy lines here with that Battlemaster. This is a real rough space. The Revenants have really just worked themselves in here and are making it a problem. This is a beautiful, beautiful cutoff here. It is going to be costly for the Revenants. We saw the Canadian DJ go down there a little bit overextended, but really we see this focus. There goes Tremulous. We're going to take a look at the Battlemaster here shortly, and we're going to see they've been eating up that Battlemaster there. So that is right there a 1-for-2 trade. Old Hasu's going to go down. Evan Carlisle in that Stone Rhino really messed up as well. And next, we're going to take a look at the end of this match because, oh God, is it a butt clencher, an edge of the seat moment, and I'm going to let the casters take it away.
He hasn't found it yet. He needs to do it quickly before Revenants comes. They're coming with Ventricon and Villain.
This is so big.
If JBV gets caught here, oh, he's going to get caught. JBV will get caught.
Moker is not in position to shoot yet.
Weapons. JBV does go down from ammo explosion, I believe, from the arms coming off. Ventricon takes a big hit, though, from Mokor.
Oh, he takes out the shotgun. Now the fresh battle, bull shark, the fresh bull shark.
Unfortunately, a bull shark, which doesn't have his streak SRM.
Oh no!
This is exactly where he needs them right now.
Minus 10,000 IQ move.
Moko needs to deny Sigma. Moko needs to deny Sigma. He just has to play his life to deny Sigma. He has to just
deny. It's 5 seconds each hit.
All you have to do is just chain fire your weapons and deny villain on Sigma. That's all you have to do. You can't let him like.
Oh my goodness, 15 points.
I don't like this. Mocha's playing 2 kg. Oh, it's still
He might be playing too aggressive here.
So
he could be pop-tarting this bull shark instead of dancing with it. Oh, it's the 8 points. Villain is not gonna get it. He's not gonna get it. It's...
Yeah. The dance is good. Oh no, Monkey got
the back shot. The back shot. Oh no, they got it. So close. Are they gonna? It's. Oh my God! It's 2 points.
48.
And with that, we're down to the top 3. The 10th Lyran Guards, Revenants, the Darksea Corsairs, and already waiting in that top spot, ready for a challenger, Vigilance. Last weekend, the Revenants swept Mantra 3-0, bringing them up to the Elimination Bracket Finals against the Darksea Corsairs, which is a rematch. We'll take a look at that later in the stats section, which, well, we might as well start that now. Beginning with the Darksea Corsairs, we see the old CS24 standbys, the Shadowcat and Stone Rhino, at the top of their preferred chassis with the Direwolf and Viper close behind. Looking at this choice, I think we see a measure of versatility in the Wolfpack with both the Shadowcat and the Viper prominent, with the Flea 19, that'll be the Magshot boat, and the Jenner 2C2, which I'll be honest, I haven't been paying attention on the build on that one. But it's the variant with 4 laser hardpoints and some significant heavy laser quirks. Compare that with the Revenants and we see the Stone Rhino overtaking the Viper as the preferred mech, but they seem significantly preferential to the Viper still over the Shadowcat. The rest of the chassis they've taken less than half the time, showing a lot of choice mechs to fill varied strategies compared with DSC, who seems to have more of a steady strat to be tweaked for each map. Both approaches have their merits, so let's see what comes to that. Moving on to the map comparison, which I think is pretty interesting, the Darksea Corsairs haven't lost a match on Bearclaw or Viridian Bog yet, though they've only played 1 match on Bog, so I don't know if that's significant there. Meanwhile, the Revenants are ahead 3-2 on Bearclaw and are 50-50 on Bog, but interestingly are 4-0 on Frozen City, which is the only map that DSC has a losing record on. The Revenants also have a superior record on HPG compared to DSC, so I'll have to imagine that those two will be early picks for the Revenants, and one of them would be the pick for the second round of map banning. Also, as a reminder, this is a rematch, so let's take a quick look at what their last matchup was all about. In the first week of the tournament proper, these two faced off, which ended 3-0 in favor of the Corsairs. Diving into the previous matchup, DSC took Bearclaw and HPG on kills, so compare that with what I said before. But Terra Therma was 4 kills to 3 in favor of the Revenants, but ended in a victory for DSC based on caps. My takeaway from this is that the Revenants have an uphill battle this weekend. I think their best chances are going to be on Frozen, HPG, and Terra, but let's see what their choices are and if they agree with what I think. Next, let's check on the tournament prize pool. We're at $36,530 US. We're coming down to the end of the offering here, so let's give it a final push so I can stop bugging you about it. Speaking of bugs, this week I would like to suggest the Cicada pack with all those ballistic hardpoints plus all the goodies that the other packs bring. And finally, let's take a look at what's coming up this week, which, as discussed earlier, is the Elimination Bracket Final between the Corsairs and the Revenants. As always, if you want to see the match time in your local time, click the tournament link in the description and click the clock in the upper banner to toggle between UTC and your local time. And that'll do it for this week in Comp. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'm Ivor, and I hope to see you on the field.